I didn't have the time. But this is an exciting day for Quincy University. This plan, in theory, is going to help us chart the direction for the next 5 years as an institution. So that being said, sort of the plan for today is really to talk about the strategic plan and how we're going to implement it as an institution, and allow some time at the end for you to ask questions and really get an idea about how you are going to be able to be impactful in this process, because we expect all of you to be. So those are the major topics. We're going to talk about development, implementation, and then evaluation and remediation. Strategic plans, many of you all have been in other institutions, other jobs. Strategic plans get done all the time, and they get put aside. Not because they're not good plans, but because you really don't have the follow through and sort of the push after the fact. A lot of time gets put into making them, and oftentimes they just get sort of shuffled aside. New administration comes in, and they want to go in a different direction and all that stuff. This plan for us was created with the idea that regardless of who, if any of us were here, what does the university need? And just to give you an indicator of how much we attempted to adhere to some of these guiding principles. So I'll talk about this. I should be more like I am in class. This was a 2-year process just to develop the plan to where we are today. Okay? I mean, I need anything to you, but it means something to us who were there for the full 2 years and all the meetings. We tried to adhere to 3 guiding principles. A, that we were mission driven. That was really important to us. The second one is, in my personal opinion, the most important. This is a community-driven plan. Okay? Now, to illustrate that, I'm gonna close my eyes and ask the question. I want you all to raise your hands very high when I ask this. How many of you were involved in creating this plan at some level? Meaning, so I want you to look around. If you attended a meeting for a subcommittee, look around the room. And I know some of you were, so if I don't see your hand up, I'm going to call on you and call you out. Okay? So I want you to understand that when you look around this room, this isn't my plan, this isn't the plan of just this committee, this isn't the plan of just the subcommittees, this is our institutional plan. And we fought very hard to not make it be a plan that was simply top down, because those are often the ones that really never go anywhere, because you don't get to fight. Okay? And then we wanted to make sure, of course, that the plan was actionable. Because again, our last strategic plan actually was a pretty good plan when you look at it on paper. The problem with it was that a lot of the items in it that we were focused on as an institution weren't really actionable. And then another issue with it was that many of us had never either seen it, or if we had seen it, we just sort of saw it in passing and sort of put it aside, right? One of the things that we're going to attempt to do with this plan is make it become part of our everyday practice. And we're going to do that in a variety of ways, which we'll talk about. Right? In terms of our process, you all know, you've been here. We've been challenged. We've been challenged by a lot of institutional shifts. It's just the way it is. And we did this plan, and we fought through, and we pushed on, and we sort of rode the wave, and we're at the point today where we can say we're ready to start. And I want to be very clear about what I mean by that. We are not done with our strategic plan in any sense. The committee, the strategic planning committee, is well aware that their time and their service is not over. We are just now beginning, okay? And we're honestly happy to say that. Okay? And then, of course, it was made up of committees and subcommittees. This is our strategic planning committee, the core committee of the institution. So as you can see, it's made up of individuals from across the institution. Some of you may not be able to see that. All right, so in terms of the plan itself, most of you have already seen the plan. If you haven't, the plan, the internal plan, I need to say that. What we're doing in this process today in our launch and in terms of going into next week as well, we have 2 versions of the plan. One is the internal plan. It's more comprehensive. It'll probably even become more comprehensive because we'll add specific timelines and things like that when we expect things to be done. So it's a comprehensive plan, and it's for you, right? The other version of our plan is the public version of the plan. It's the one you want to carry around in your pocket and hand to your friends that aren't actual members of the institution or internal community. It's the one that you want to show people on the street and say, this is QU, this is where we're going, okay? And it's the one that will be publicly available on our website. We're going to have the internal plan available on the website as well, but it'll be password only. That all of you that have QU passwords, that's all we'll get into it, okay? I guess if you wanted to share that with the public, you could, but they're not going to care much about that stuff, probably. Okay? So we ultimately pared it down to 3 pillars. These 3 areas: academic excellence, Franciscan values, and financial sustainability. Now, those are just 3 pillar areas. Those are sort of our rah-rah topic areas that our strategic plan is focused around. And under those, we have 4 goals apiece. And we'll talk about all that stuff in a little bit, and some of your responsibilities. Okay? We follow the OGSM model. For you all that aren't familiar with that, it's just a format. That's all it was. To just help us make sure that we're staying on track. Okay? And then ultimately, like I said, one of the biggest things for us is going to be, in terms of implementation, how we evaluate our successes. That's why we're very clear to make sure that we made the plan actionable from the beginning. We want to make sure that those specific measures that we're looking at, somebody a year from now is not just going to come in and say, well, we kind of did that. We did pretty good on that. No, we want to know how you actually met the measure that was stated a priori. That's it. Okay? And if the measure was inappropriate, then we can change the measure later. One of the big things about the plan is that it's not set in stone. It's going to be a fluid plan. We're going to have things that we're going to try as an institution, and they are not going to work. And we have to be flexible enough to be able to pivot and make some changes in the moment. When we do that, we're going to announce it. It's going to become part of the plan. Simple as that. All right, so again, I'm not going to read these to you, but there were some challenges in the process. I'll let that soak in. I'm sure there were many more, but those were just some of the ones that seemed obvious. One of the things about strategic planning that I found really interesting, and it's similar to assessment in general, sort of the pushback that you get in terms of the process when you find out stuff that you don't like about yourself. You actually take a clear look in the mirror as an institution or as a department and those kinds of things. You're not always going to see things that you like. That's a good thing. All right? So we've had to sort of push through some of that concern that we're not going to be showing our best side. Well, we need to know what our sides are in order to know what we need to improve. It's not a bad thing. So these challenges aren't necessarily a bad thing, especially at this point. We also have some strengths in our process. For you all that participated in those subcommittees, it was a beautiful thing to watch. Some of your arguments, some of your frustration, like it was golden. Right? Some of your subcommittees had a little bit more frustration than others. Some of you were really polite. I'm a group dynamics guy, so I'm really interested in that stuff anyway, so it's probably a little more pleasant for me to watch than it was for some of you to participate in. So this, this 4th bullet up here is really important. And that's part of what we're going to be talking about today. And that's part of the significance of us having a launch meeting today. The plan itself, when it's presented to you, isn't done. It's just started. And it needs more work. And the work that it needs to occur now is that it goes out to the departmental levels, and the departments are ultimately going to have to justify and show how they are adhering to the plan in their annual planning process. So it's not just now, it's not just going to be the strategic planning committee's plan that they put out. It's going to be your plan again. You started it. It came to us for a little bit of revision. Now it's going back to you. And now we're going to work it. That's how it's working. That's how it's working. Okay? So it's going to be a challenge to all of us to be responsible for the plan and its implementation. Every single one of us, regardless of your position. All right. I move pretty quickly with this stuff. So in terms of implementation, these are the next steps for our committee. These are the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be meeting probably the next couple of weeks to go over some of this stuff, to get some of this stuff solidified. So we have to figure out the goals and strategies according to the specific completion dates and see if there are any budgetary considerations associated with them. Right? The institution has to make budgetary priorities, right? Well in advance of the next fiscal year. We need to kind of know where we're going. Right? So we're going to look at the plan and see in the plan itself, what things do we need to spend money on first? What things can wait? To be honest with you, a lot of the things in the plan don't cost very much money, or any. We sort of we're cognizant of that, knowing our financial situation. It's probably a good thing that we were there in terms of how we move forward. We're going to do it on the cheap, for much of it. Again, the committee is not disbanded. We are staying together. We're in till the end, until people quit or, I don't know, whatever they do. Right? The Strategic Planning Committee will serve as the annual review committee. So basically what's going to happen, and I'll talk about this a little bit more in depth in a minute as well. Basically what's going to happen is, on all of these strategic planning strategies that are being implemented, we have to have an evaluation of whether or not it was successful and why it was not successful. That responsibility initially is going to fall to the VPs. All right, so we're going to leave it up to them in their particular strategic planning areas to be responsible for gathering the necessary information, getting the word out to the various departments that they are in charge of, that these things need to be done and part of those annual plans. They're going to be in charge of collecting the information and reporting back to the strategic planning committee. And our role is going to be to make evaluation and make recommendations for remediation. And then that information will then go on to the board. So, yeah, we need board commitment as well in terms of making sure that we have the necessary resources that we collectively as an institution say are priorities. We need their commitment, and we need them to ask questions. We need them to be as involved as possible. Now, there's only one bullet on here, but it is the critical one for the purpose of this meeting. What we're asking for, once you all get this plan, we have certain offices or certain departments that are identified. What we're asking you for is to figure out, in that, what is your role in creating additional department level plans, right? So, for example, with academics, if we know in academics that one of our goals is to increase the number of new and innovative programs or some whatever lofty goal that is, right? There will be key figures identified in that. It'll be the VPA's job to identify key participants in that, and we're going to have that be part of your annual plan for those specific departments. The same thing with enrollment, the same thing with the business office. We need certain things from certain departments, and you will have a responsibility to get that information back to us. Right now, we're going to be looking at May 1st. Okay? We'll provide you with a template. I'll talk about all that more specifically. So this is sort of the timeline that we're looking at. We're looking at full-scale implementation, of course, by the fall. Questions thus far? Cool. All right. So again, getting the strategic plan out to the department level is extremely important. But I would argue even more important than that is how we ultimately take responsibility for what we're doing on a daily basis at this institution. We can't continue to have people operating in separate siloed directions. That doesn't serve us institutionally much of a purpose. All right? This is essentially going to serve as our collective vision for how we move forward and how we not just get out of a financial crisis, but get to a place where we say we want to be as an institution. This is a critical component. So, we're going to have up available to all internal employees. We're calling them KPI dashboard or key performance indicator dashboards. Now I'm going to show you an example of what some of those look like here in a second. And we're going to need your input. If there's information on there that seems irrelevant, if there's information on there that we need as an institution for you all to be able to move forward in your daily tasks associated with this plan that we don't have, we can make modifications to that. But these need to be ongoing, regularly updated data or information dashboards. Information at an institution our size should not be siloed. There's no reason for it. It serves us no purpose institutionally. So we're going to make it public, well, at least public to you. It should not be public to the public. I already said this annual review for the strategic plan metrics. Some of the metrics will need to be reviewed more frequently than annually. Right? It's just going to be the way it works, and we'll specify all that. I already said the VPs are going to be primarily responsible for completing the annual reports, and then the committee will be making, one of the things that we're going to be working on in the next few weeks is trying to put out a sample format for the reports, and we're going to try to make that as efficient as possible. We're not trying to add more work to anyone. It may change your work a little bit, but we're not sure that's never been my shtick. And the committee is very cognizant of that as well. All right, so we got some resources. All of these things are going to be available to you on the web page. I'll show you that. If you haven't seen it already, this has been up for a while. Julie Bowl put all this on the website. This is the strategic plan web page that's up here. You go to about QU and then like mission or something like that, mission and vision, and there it is right there. Right. But on it, there's a lot of information. You can skip on to that. There's a lot of information about how the process has worked to this point. There's also information on there about the committee makeup, who all serve on the subcommittees. Good stuff. You don't have a day where you just like to read some stuff. There is an environmental scan. I don't know how familiar you are with environmental scanning. Most institutions do these. And they help them to understand what the current market is like for their institution, what kinds of directions they may want to go into based on the market. So Julie Bowl, I don't know if she's here, but she was instrumental in helping us really get to a place where we have an environmental scan, and we're going to try to keep that be an ongoing process for the institution. There's a lot of valuable information on there, a lot of IPEDS data that is commonly used here at the institution that helps us make decisions on a daily basis. That should be information that you're privy to, right? A lot of the environmental scan data actually was part of what helped us in terms of the quantitative data that we use for making some decisions about where we want to go with the strategic plan. Strategic planning progress reports. Basically, all of the PowerPoints from all of the strategic planning meetings are on here. If you want to take a look at them and understand how we got to the place that we're at. What else is on here? Some of that stuff's not that important. And then we're probably going to update this with a couple of surveys. We're also going to put, this will be the website where we put the actual templates that I'm about to show you for the departmental level strategic plans or annual plans. So this, all the information will be here. So let me show you now the two versions of the plan. This is the version that you all have seen. This is the version that was approved by the Board of Trustees on December 17th. So I'm not asking you to read it now, but you can see it has goals, strategies, metrics, and responsible parties, as well as those top 3 objectives. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. That was a sub, man. Now, that's not that pretty. It's a lot prettier now than it looks. This is the public version. This is what the public version is going to look like. So this is one of those like booklets that Yates was instrumental in what she did all the work. I didn't do anything with this. The center some stuff. She put all this stuff together. Currently voting. I'm good with like content stuff, but I don't know if you all can tell by looking at me. I'm not that good at like making stuff look great. It's not my strength. So this is the public version. Like I said, you can hand out to your friends. All right. They changed the wording of that mission statement a little bit. Sounds pretty good. So you see it has basically the goals. We need to change that word to goals. It has the goals in it, and it also has a little bit of data, some graphs that make it look really professional. And that will have a little bit of a graphic on it too, eventually. They put it in and make it go public. All right. So I want to show you these KPIs, these key performance indicator dashboards that we're hoping to have up and ready by May at the latest. So we're going to have, like I said, data that's on here that is regularly updated. For example, like enrollment data, like you should know what was enrollment data. We don't necessarily have to have a big community meetings all the time about that information. That should be something that's updated regularly. All right? For our internal body. All right, so student body stuff and historical stuff, and our enrollment projections, like all that stuff should be up there for you to see. So you see. We're a good place for grades. I see all that stuff. This is all stuff that's related to the strategic plan in terms of the goals. So these are more overarching things. Now, they won't be in PDF. We're hoping to have them be like some kind of computer or something. What I'm talking about. It'll be like real tech. You knew what I meant, though. You know what I meant about that. All right. So anyway, yeah, real perfect. So like I said, all this stuff is stuff that you should be privy to. All right. That's a big one. That U.S. Department of Financial Risk score, Department of Ed, Financial Responsibility score. That's something internally that you will also be aware of that has a profound impact on pretty much everything that you do as an institution. So you should always know what it is and always be questioning where it's going. That other one on there is like tuition discount and all that stuff. That's important stuff too. All right. So let me go back and I want to talk about more specifically what you're going to be expected to do. So let me start by saying that these are just examples. I did not talk to the vice presidents of the specific areas before putting these on here, so do not blame them, blame me. Nothing on here is real once you get down to the, I don't know what they're called, the sample plans for the department level, right? So in our strategic plan, we have goals that specifically list, for example, enrollment management as a responsible party, okay? Now, enrollment management, part of the reason that we did that strategic plan is because we've known that we've had so much shifting going on that it was difficult for us as a committee to really get down to the specifics of who's involved in what department. It's been changing so much in the last year or two. So we went to more of the umbrella department level identification. Right? So we're just calling enrollment management. All right? They deal with a lot of stuff. So these are the goals that are specific to enrollment management in the strategic planning document. So what we're going to send out to enrollment management is this with the goals identified, showing them as a responsible party with the identified metrics. All right. Enrollment management, that is for, which one was that? Academic excellence. Those are the ones that are responsible for it under academic excellence. These are the ones that are responsible for under financial sustainability. In the strategic plan, we're going to send them a document that looks similar to this as a template. right? And then we're going to leave a section down at the bottom for them to fill in, for their supplemental annual planning. Make this a little bit bigger. I really want to catch your eye. And what they're going to get back to us by May is something similar to this, and they're going to get more specific about who those responsible parties are. And I'm going to be honest with you all. We're talking about efficiencies as an institution. So you want to be one of the responsible parties involved in this, right? Because if we're asking ourselves the question, and this isn't a threat in any sense, this is you being involved. But we're going to ask ourselves the question at the end of the year, why aren't you listed as a responsible party? Why isn't your specific office listed as a responsible party in dealing with any of this? That's going to be a reasonable question to ask. So you want to be involved in this as much as you possibly can. So part of today is even you starting the process of thinking about how can I see myself actually contributing to these specific goals or these specific strategies. What other strategies are they missing that we can implement at the department level that will benefit the overall strategic vision of the institution? This is going to be done or expected to be done for every category or every responsible party that's listed in the approved strategic plan. So basically every group. So again, like we have academic affairs. That includes a lot of people, right? So we're going to go in and Ann's office will go in and look at who is specifically the most likely candidate to be dealing with these things. And then once we figure that out, this is going to be sent to you with academic affairs listed as the responsible party. And you will be expected to figure out your role in it. Same for enrollment management, same for advancement, same for all of these umbrella offices we have on campus, or departments, or whatever we'll call them. What questions do you have? That's pretty much the gist of it. I know I'm not that clear. Yeah.
This isn't a question, and I just wanted to publicly mention and thank you for your leadership in the strategic planning process. Being a member, on one of the first slides, there were a few things listed, and they seemed just to be words, but having been there, to overcome those hurdles was awesome. It was unbelievable. Things like transparency and getting data and those kinds of things were somewhat foreign, and it was very, very difficult to overcome, and it was through your leadership that we were able to achieve that. So
Well, thank you.
I'd like to
Thank you. And then that committee worked its ass off. I mean, I'm not going to take any of the credit for it. That committee, they put in a lot of work, and many committees there do. But it was a process. Any questions about anything so far? All right, let me show you another one just for kids.